Wisconsin reports its fourth coronavirus death as the number of cases around the state continue to rise. And with most of their vendors closed, see how an Oregon farm is still trying to stay financially afloat. Plus, the president is thanking Americans for their handling of the pandemic and urging them to stay home.
This is News 3 Now at 6.
Whatever we can do to stay at home will help those healthcare workers do the jobs that they need to do to help us get through this.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. Governor Tony Evers continues to urge Wisconsinites to stay home this afternoon in a video released on his social media accounts just in the last hour. Today, New Jersey became the 5th state in the U.S. to issue a stay-at-home order in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Here in Wisconsin, cases continue to rise, as Governor Evers said yesterday he expected would happen. There are now 295 people who have tested positive for COVID-19 in Wisconsin. 49 of those cases are in Dane County. Jefferson County confirmed its second positive case today, while Milwaukee County now 139 confirmed cases there, including the state's 4th death, which was confirmed this morning. There's more than 21,000 cases nationwide. But new tests for coronavirus may be on the way. Gunderson Health System in La Crosse says it has developed a test that detects COVID-19. The new test would allow for in-house testing, which would reduce the time it takes to get results. UW La Crosse faculty and staff provided supplies needed to run nearly 3,000 tests. The FDA has approved the use of the first rapid diagnostic test. The new test can detect coronavirus in about 45 minutes. The test will begin shipping next week. Governor Evers says the last 4 Wisconsinites who were on the quarantined Grand Princess cruise ship are all now home. In a news release, Evers said Wisconsin National Guard personnel returned the 4 residents to their homes last night, where they will self-quarantine for 14 days. The ship docked in Oakland, California last week after 21 people tested positive for coronavirus on the ship. 38 Wisconsin citizens were on that ship. All are asymptomatic and have not tested positive for COVID-19. President Trump has approved a disaster declaration for New York State. The designation opens the way for billions of dollars in emergency federal aid to be sent to one of the states hardest hit by coronavirus. He says other parts of the country, such as California, may also receive the aid.
This is the first time in our nation's history that a president's used the Stafford Act to declare a major disaster in response to a public health crisis.
Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence says masks are being prioritized to areas in greatest need. He urged companies and dentists to donate masks to hospitals. He says he and his wife will be tested for the coronavirus after a staff member tested positive. The Senate's Phase 3 emergency stimulus may cost more than $2 trillion. That's according to the president's top economic advisor. Bipartisan groups of senators are still discussing the package today. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had a deadline set for midnight last night, but Senate leaders are still optimistic they're moving in the right direction.
As of now, an agreement has yet to be finalized, but our committee chairs, their Democratic counterparts, and President Trump's representatives are making important progress.
Stay strong. We are working to provide you the relief to see you through the crisis. We will get it done. Democrats, Republicans, together.
$200 billion would go toward airlines and other large industries, while $10 million will go to small businesses. Senator McConnell says he plans on holding a procedural vote tomorrow. We'll have more of our top stories in just a moment, but let's turn it over to meteorologist Dana Fulton with your first warn forecast.
We did see some sunshine today, though it was a little cool outside for early spring. The clouds now building in, and that's going to lead us to a mostly cloudy sky for tonight and for your Sunday. The good news, it's not going to be quite as cold outside for Sunday. Some light snow chances, mainly north of the Dells overnight. Otherwise, again, just mostly cloudy. It won't be quite as cold. We'll fall to about 26 to start off our Sunday afternoon. And then as we head into Sunday next week, temperatures are going to climb above average. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. Wisconsin is extending its tax filing deadline to July 15th. This is a federal deadline. The new deadline matches that new federal tax filing deadline. In a statement, Governor Evers said the state's main goal is to help citizens in whatever way they can. Tax filers do not have to file for an extension, and there's no limit on the amount of payment that can be postponed. Small businesses are making adjustments to how they'll operate with restrictions placed on gatherings. Gabriella Becerra joins us now with how local farmers are modifying their production to fit this new way of living.
Amanda, Highland Spring Farm in Oregon normally sells its product to restaurants and to customers at farmers markets. But with restaurants limiting their menus or closing altogether and canceled farmers markets, they're finding a different way to get their product to customers.
A rump roast if I have it. And 10 pounds of ground beef. Yep. Okay.
In order to sustain his business, owner Kevin Operman says he's been making adjustments where he can.
With everything that's happened over the last several months and weeks, we decided to open our farm so that people could come here and have a safe place to get their food.
He started a bi-weekly farm stand on his property where customers can pick up their meat without even having to get out of the car.
Perfect. You're all set.
All right, thank you.
Great, thank you.
And while he's still selling to restaurants that stay open, Oberman is also making changes for those who would rather cook their food at home.
Send to a restaurant is a 10-pound package of ground beef. Well, that doesn't really work for people to have in their homes, so we're putting everything in 1-pound packages so that people can use it as they need to.
Operman says this will be an evolving system, but if small businesses work together, he says there is a way to make it through this.
Everyone's stuck at home, so everyone's making their own food and not really going out to eat nearly as much. So we feel for our restaurant partners, but at the same time, there's an opportunity here that we can all work together to really make this survivable.
Oberman is working with other small businesses to include produce and cheese at the farm stand. For more information on the time and location, visit channel3000.com.
Thank you so much, Gabby. Dane County's late winter market at Garver Feed Mill is closed indefinitely due to COVID-19, but they're coming up with other ways for customers to get their fresh products. Starting next week, Dane County's Farmers Market is piloting a local food pickup on Tuesdays and Thursdays. People can visit the Dane County Farmers Market's website for a list of the farmers participating and their products. Customers can pre-order and pay online. Then on Tuesday and Thursday, there will be a drive-up and a pedestrian pickup lane.
The foreseeable future, we can say that there won't be, again, markets as we know it, because they're just not safe for the public or for our vendors to have that many social interactions.
Farmers are also launching home delivery systems where people can order their products and farmers will drop them off at the door. We'll have more information online at channel3000.com. This weekend, local healthcare providers are updating their visitor policies. At Unity Point Health Meriter, all routine visits at the hospitals and clinics will be restricted starting Monday morning. No visitors will be allowed for adult patients. Pediatric and NICU patients get 2 support people, and birth center patients can have 1 support person. And a similar situation at UW Hospital and the American Center. Starting today, no inpatient visitors will be allowed except for healthcare decision makers and visitors for end-of-life patients. 1 support person can accompany a cognitively disabled or physically impaired patient for clinic appointments. A federal judge has ordered that Wisconsin reinstate online voter registration. Last night's ruling makes it possible for more people to cast absentee ballots ahead of the April 7th elections. Democrats had sought even broader changes in light of the coronavirus pandemic. Senator Bernie Sanders is raising money while focusing on his presidential campaign. Today, the Sanders campaign announced it raised more than $2 million in 48 hours to help fight coronavirus. Campaign officials say it was made possible through 50,000 donations. The money will be divided up between 5 charities, including Meals on Wheels. More local news now. 4 people are dead after a crash near Warner Park overnight. Madison police say they arrived to a very traumatic scene near the intersection of Packers Avenue and Northport Drive. Multiple people were ejected from the car. The medical examiner's office is still working to identify the victims and notify their families. Janesville police are investigating a shooting in the 2300 block of East Milwaukee Street. Officials say they responded last night around 9:20 after several callers said they heard gunshots. Officers found shell casings in the roadway. A home was hit, but no injuries were reported. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the Sub-Zero Group is temporarily laying off more than 1,000 workers, how they plan to still take care of their employees. And tonight on News 3 Now at 10, we hear from a 23-year-old Janesville resident trapped in Peru. Her message to Wisconsin politicians amid the coronavirus pandemic. That's tonight at 10.
A better grip right when you need it. The 2020 Nissan Altima. Get a low $199 per month lease on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
Pills. You crush them. Kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat, but sometimes life gets in the way. Coolsculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. Discuss Coolsculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Coolsculpting. Take yourself further. Go to Coolsculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Where's Dane?
Save on the 2020 Nissan Rogue with rear automatic braking. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models.
St. Vincent Depaul thrift stores are temporarily closing across Dane County in response to the coronavirus pandemic. People will still be able to leave items at the organization's drop boxes. The charity will not do home pickups or store drop-offs of donated goods while it's closed, but St. Vinny's will continue its food pantry, charitable pharmacy, and housing programs. Goodwill of South Central Wisconsin stores are closing during the pandemic as well. The Fort Atkinson, Middleton, Stoughton, and Sun Prairie locations just closed at 6 o'clock. The other 8 locations will be open until 6 tomorrow night. Donations will still be accepted at all locations every day from 10 until 4. Over 1,000 employees of the Sub-Zero Group in Fitchburg will be laid off for at least the next 3 weeks. In a message to the Department of Workforce and Development yesterday, Sub-Zero Group says the layoffs are due to the spread of COVID-19 and the virus's economic impact on their company. Local 565 Representative Shane Fletcher worked as a fabricator for the appliance manufacturer. He says employees were given less than 3 days' notice of this decision.
There's no time to prepare really for something like this, so it's kind of devastating for a lot of people. So it's been really hard. We've seen the hardships of people in tears getting walked out yesterday. They're afraid for their futures, what's going to happen.
According to the DWD message, Sub-Zero plans to recall most but not all of its employees on April 13th. Fletcher says that for the 112 people who have lost their jobs entirely, the local 565 labor union will work to relocate them to other area shops. He also says Sub-Zero is a good company and he hopes to be able to return to it. The Sub-Zero Group will continue to pay employee health premiums for those laid off during this period. Starbucks employees will still see a paycheck even if they don't work during the outbreak. The coffee chain has closed all of its U.S. locations with the exception of drive-through and delivery orders. Officials say they will pay employees for at least the next 30 days. It's up to employees if they choose to still work during the closures. Ahead on News 3 Now at 6, how you can still get your college basketball fix this weekend, and why some U.S. athletes are calling for the postponement of this summer's Olympics. Plus, temperatures could hit 60 next week. Dana has your first warn forecast after the break.
Step up to the new standard during Ram Truck Month.
Now get 0% financing for 84 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2020 Ram 1500.
If you don't have U.S. Cellular 5G, you could have inside phobia, the fear of losing your signal inside. Hello? But don't worry, U.S. Cellular has your back with our 5G network now in Wisconsin and the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, free when you switch. Connect from outside to inside without interruption. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S20 5G on U.S. Cellular 5G. Choose fair.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all. And I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
USA Track and Field and USA Swimming are calling for a postponement of this summer's 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games due to the coronavirus pandemic.
And that's kind of where I'm at, where I just want to take a stance of saying things need to get postponed because nothing's fair, nothing's equal. We need everyone to take this time, put this behind us before we can actually take the necessary steps to prepare for a big competition like our trials or the Olympic Games.
The Olympic flame was handed over to the Japan Olympic Committee earlier this week. They say the games are still on, but that could change. A spokesperson for the U.S. athletes says the current situation around the world isn't in the best interests of the athletes. This year's NCAA basketball tournament was called off due to the outbreak, but to fill the void, CBS is airing classic March Madness games. You can catch 3 more national championship games from the 1980s and 1990s tomorrow afternoon and next Saturday right here on CBS. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. It was really sunny today, but it wasn't actually that warm when you went out.
Exactly. Once you got into the car and you were sitting in the sunshine, it felt okay, but just being outside, it felt a little chilly for early spring, and it was about 10 degrees below average. Now, for Sunday, we will be close to average. High temperatures will be in the middle 40s. It is possible that we'll have some light snow Sunday night heading into early Monday morning, mainly south of Madison, where we'll see our accumulation, but most of the area will at least see a few snowflakes swirling around. And then the rest of next week, we will stay into the 50s every single day. There are going to be a few rain chances during the work week, but we aren't looking at any more snow chances developing. Overnight, our skies will be mostly cloudy. North of the Dells tonight, there will be a chance for some light flurries. Throughout the day on Sunday, we're looking at a mostly cloudy sky with our breeze from the southeast, so it's going to help our temperatures climb just a little more. By late afternoon and early evening, we start to see see some light snow building in the southwest corner of the state first. Might mix with a little light rain as well. It's not going to be heavy as it's coming down, but as it does lift north, that transitions over to all snow for early Monday morning. This is just after midnight on Monday, and we have that light snow coming down. It clears out by before the drive-in for early Monday, 6, 7 o'clock. Still cloudy outside, but nothing coming down. And then in the afternoon, we will get some clearing, so you will get a little bit of sunshine later in the day on Monday. As far as those accumulation totals, most of the area hovering around just over ½ of an inch of accumulation. The highest totals will be in the southeast corner of the state. Areas north and west of Madison just won't see as much, and all of that will melt away later on in the day once we get the sun out. But again, just a little light snow event coming through that Sunday night into Monday morning, and then the sun will come out later on in the day. Our precipitation chances over the next several days do include some light rain events, but we aren't looking at any big major rain events building in. In fact, once we get in that 6 to 10 day outlook from the 27th through the 31st, it seems likely that we'll stay fairly close to average. It seems pretty likely that we aren't going to have any major events that amplify our totals. Mostly cloudy tomorrow and pretty seasonable. High temperatures in the mid-40s, so 44 for our Sunday. A little bit of a breeze, about 8 to 15 miles per hour. Once we get through Sunday, though, temperatures are going to stay in the 50s for the entire week. We climb above average. So 44 on Sunday. The light snow and flurry chances come through at night, and by Monday we will get some clearing in the afternoon. Chances for some light snow still in the morning. Temperatures will be close to 50 degrees and will stay in the mid to low 50s every day for the week. There is going to be the chance for some light rain on Tuesday. We'll get a bit of a break of the showers during the day on Wednesday, and then some more rain chances for Thursday and Friday coming back in. But those right now do look like more just light rain events.
And that's some good news. And then you see the 60 at the end. There is
We're
a
getting
little exciting.
close. Yeah, starting to look ahead to April, and those temperatures really climbing for us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dana. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, we take a look back at the life of Kenny Rogers. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Deer Season Madness is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere and your super-size Sloan deal. Get 0% for 84 months or $159 per month on a John Deere 1025R. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and powered up with Sloan.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Only the 5 and Up lineup from Pizza Hut lets you get some of these, a bunch of these, or all of these. Starting at just $5 each when you choose 2 or more. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat, I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
While you're out there living life to its fullest, living every day like it's your last, seizing the days or carpeing the DMs, just remember, you only need one Jeep Renegade. Because when you're a part of the longest lasting 4x4 SUV brand, you're ready to celebrate every moment.
Get 0% financing for 84 months on the 2020 Renegade. Or well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $179 a month.
The road to Deer Season Madness is at Sloan's. Get a John Deere and your No Doubt About It Sloan deal. Get 0% for 60 months or $219 per month on a John Deere XUV 835M. Get a John Deere now during Deer Season Madness and powered up with Sloan.
For the latest coronavirus reports and breaking news, watch News 3 Now and go to Channel 3000 to sign up for our daily email newsletter. Get the facts and tips to keep your family safe. News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
One of the world's most iconic performers passed away late last night. Kenny Rogers' career spanned decades in multiple genres. The Grammy Award-winning entertainer died from natural causes at the age of 81. Michael George takes a look back at his life.
Kenny Rogers entertained millions during his nearly 6-decade career. He topped the pop and country music charts 24 times while racking up numerous awards, including 3 Grammys. The son of an alcoholic carpenter and a nursing assistant, he grew up in Houston's projects. Rogers decided to become a performer after attending a Ray Charles concert when he was 12. The singer formed a doo-wop band while still in high school and launched his professional career in a jazz trio in the late 50s. He transitioned to folk music with the new Christy Minstrels and fronted the First Edition before launching a solo career.
You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucy.
Through the years, Rogers used his songs to tell stories. And he found joy collaborating with longtime friends Lionel Richie and Dolly Parton, who he once described as a soulmate.
You got to know.
Rogers also starred in 5 TV movies based on his hit song, The Gambler. Later in life, he defended the plastic surgery that radically altered his appearance.
It's one of those things that I think everybody, you look at yourself and you go, could I be better if I did this or I did that?
Rumors swirled about his health in 2014 after he posted a photo on Instagram following skin cancer surgery.
I've had an incredible career.
About a year later, Rogers announced a 2-year farewell concert tour so he could spend time with his young twin sons.
I will miss you dearly, but I must go be with my boys.
Rogers ended his final tour 4 months early, citing health challenges.
I've accomplished a lot more than I ever thought I would, and I probably ever should have. But it's really been a great career, and I've had a great life.
Michael George, CBS News.
Kenny Rogers was married 5 times. He leaves behind a wife and 5 children. Besides music, Rogers was passionate about photography. The International Photography Hall of Fame awarded him its first Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. Dana, I know we were singing along a little bit with that. That was a really nice just compilation because you got to hear that he was so proud of his career. Always reminds me of my grandpa. He always had his CDs in his car.
Really?
So, yeah.
And there's so many celebrities right now that are sending out messages. Dolly Parton in particular sending out a video about their collaboration together. So it's been a somber day, I think, for music. But the weather, things at least turned out to be sunny this afternoon. Tomorrow we're going to see a little more cloud coverage built in. Mostly cloudy skies for Sunday with temperatures in the mid-40s for our afternoon highs. At night there is going to be the chance for some light snow and flurries. Most of the accumulation is going to be south of Madison, and even then maybe a half of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. That melts during the day on Monday, though, as we have temperatures close to 50, and we'll see some rain shower chances build back in for Tuesday, and again for the end of the week into next weekend. There is a 60-degree temp in there during the day.
Something to look forward to. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.